So most of my work starts from writing and often it also goes back there. But at the same time, I'm in my work almost always looking for something that is transitive or that is more ambiguous and that is less easy defined or that changes definition of something. So in a way, I kind of work from text, trying to find something within text or within absence of text that creates a space for either interpretation or actual transition of what is happening. So it's kind of, I think especially with these works that I'm showing, because it's so text-based, it really is kind of trying to go outside text or to a different space inside text by using it, so by using text and writing. So I'm showing 3 different works. One is the video piece here, and there's 2 texts. And in the video, I focus mostly on literally the notions of writing and erasing, and also in the editing of the video, that is really focused on the absence of text and really taking away and kind of almost a self-censorship or going back to something and revisiting something. Then the text I have here, the kind of theme-like text, is also very much about that, and it's quite technically about the concept of tabula rasa, and what the meaning of that is. And also kind of goes back to this notion of the writing material, of the empty sheet of paper or the wax tablet, or these different notions of writing and what erasing means in a specific material. And then I have the 3rd text, which is there, and that is a letter that is very specific to one of my subjects, which is apology and apologizing, and how that kind of works back and forth between 2 people, which of course kind of goes back in a way to the concept of erasing and trying to revisit something. Yeah, I mean, I would say that religious themes are very important in my work. But at the same time, I don't think in my work I necessarily deal with religion as such. So it's, for me, religion and theology are really at the basis of philosophy and of my own also, not to get too autobiographical, but also at the basis of my own knowing. So I had a very religious upbringing, and so it's kind of always been mixed for me, like the whole notion of knowing, philosophy, theology, religion is always kind of, and I think especially in the case of something like tabula rasa, there has always been a very interesting exchange between philosophy, theology and social science, where kind of this concept has been rotating like among the 3 and kind of keeps being, it's a very interesting history generally of this concept, because it kind of gets passed on to different parts of science and philosophy, and gets altered and like a little bit of a new interpretation every time. So yeah, it's important for me to include those, and it's an interesting place for thought for me. And I think also quite an important one in the sense that it gets overlooked sometimes in like contemporary academics, I think. So it's a notion I like to bring in, but at the same time not just stay with it. So it's not like, at the same time I'm not trying to make theological statements. So it's something I try to mediate within the work. I think it works a little bit differently in all of the works. It's an interesting link that you're pulling out, but I think there is, for me, a difference in all of the works and how it works. In the video, I think there is also kind of a focus away from the text, which creates a more material focus. So there's also more of a goal there to focus not so much on the text, but on what the text does, and what these two seemingly opposed acts of writing and erasing do on a material level. So that is, I think it's most specific there. In terms of the letter, the letter is a second part of a two-part work, and I think by having this anonymity, did you say that? Anonymity. I think by having this anonymity, there is also again kind of a focus more on what is actually being said. So it's not so much then about this person or this specific relationship that you know anything of. It's more about like the metaphors that are being used in the letter, and it's more about what is actually being said, and kind of almost starts functioning as a story-like text. And that was for me also in working with it. It started from actually combining different texts that had their very specific meanings in their very specific contexts, but in kind of bringing them together in this letter, and also kind of taking them out of these personal and specific contexts into a bit of a more anonymous text. You can really work with the specificities of this text and kind of like what is really happening. So I think it's often kind of also this bringing in an unknown to, maybe it is kind of in itself an attempt at a blank slate kind of, back to an unknown from which you can dive in again.